Hi there, I'm Andrew Hemming, and I'm about to do two things that I thought I would never do in any of my videos. The first is to use a Bosu, and the second is to use something that looks like a crunch. And so this is called a Bosu curl up, and so I'll show you the exercise and then explain it. So what you want to do is set up so you're on a Bosu here. And you're going to have your feet, if the weight's heavier that you're using, you can have your feet locked in. And then what you're going to do is just set up so you're in position here. This slid on me a little bit, so I'm just going to slide it back. Get so your low back is on the top of the Bosu. Pull the dumbbell in a position here, and then from this position here, we're just going to extend back as far as we can through the T-spine, and then flex the abs and come up. But you only want to come up until you feel that you're going to have to start to bend your lower back, and then at that point, you can come back down from there. Okay? So you're just stretching back as far as you can comfortably, and then coming up from there. Why would we do this silly looking exercise? So normally a lot of the ab exercises I do are focused on static movement, static at the core. And so the idea is that the abs are locked in, they're bracing, and there might be movement at the arms and the legs, but there's a static hold at the abs. That's what I do most of the time, and I honestly think that for 99% of the people, that's going to be fine. However, if people want to fully maximize the hypertrophy of their six-pack muscle, the rectus abdominis, you can make a good case for doing dynamic movement. And just like in any other muscle group that you're training, you typically would do dynamic movement as opposed to a static. But no one does biceps like this and only like that. And so, again, for most people, this is not the issue. If you eat well, you do the other type of ab exercises I talk about, you're going to be just fine. However, if you want to maximize this, this gives you the ability to do dynamic movement. The other cool thing with this is that you can load it. And so the problem for a lot of people is with crunches is they can do an insane amount of reps. And you'd never do that many reps, say on bench press. Like no one sits down and does 200 reps on the bench press. You're like, that's stupid, that's really light. But yet people will do that with crunches. And so if you're gonna hypertrophy, we know that the rep range is, about 8 to 12-ish, right? Maybe more, a little bit more or less. And so what happens is when you have a dumbbell on your chest, you can load this up really heavy and you can stay in the hypertrophy zone and really challenge the rectus abdominis. The idea with this is that we're moving at the spine, but the difference between this and a standard crunch or sit-up is that instead of bending at the low back, which we know is not usually a good idea, we're able to more use the upper back. And so with the thoracic spine, your upper back is what you want to be using the extension and the flexion at that point. So again, most people don't need this exercise, but if you want to maximally hypertrophy the rectus abdominis while minimizing the stress on your low back, this is one way to do it. There you go, enjoy.